Indeed, greetings unto you, beloved and holy friend. Thank you so much for joining me again on another video. I always appreciate your presence. If you enjoy what it is we're doing here, consider liking the video, consider subscribing, and do leave a comment. I try and answer every single one of them. Let's melt more into being. Man, I feel good today. It was a little bit of a busy day, as it always is when I run errands for my mom. But I'm happy about it because how I'm thinking about it now is that she has a little bit less to do. My mom is such a hard-working lady, such a beautiful woman, wonderful mother. She's taken care of me my whole life so well. Like, man, there were times where she would yell at me, and I mean, I was a naughty kid. Who can blame her for yelling at me? The problem is as well, and I know this is a Freudian idea, but I think Freud just kind of took it a little bit too far with his understanding of it, at least. The way I think of the Freudian idea of us, forming some sort of attachment to our mother figure is because not necessarily so much that we understand, the role our mother has played in our lives, but we also want that as a divine feminine in our lives at the end of the day. Because if you spent your entire life being raised by a woman that knows exactly what you need, knows your needs, knows the things to say to calm you down throughout your entire life, and has done these things for you, has taken care of you, has made you feel safe, has made you feel the way that you do for as long as she has, it's very difficult for, I believe, at least in my personal opinion, for a guy to find a woman, especially if he's had a good mom. Maybe that's just my bias or just my delusions, but hey, Harley, thank you for joining me, my friend. I appreciate you being here with us. How are you feeling, Harley? I don't know how much you heard of what I said. I'm taking sips of water without saying an intention. My intention for drinking water today is to honor my mom. Yeah, every sip I take. Every sip I take, I'll be honoring my mom. I love her a lot. Because there's this weird I don't even know if the right word is juxtaposed position, but there's this weird position I'm in where I am eternally grateful for everything my mom has done for me, and I'm also at the same time eternally dreading having to try and find myself a significant other because of the way my mom has been. As in, she has been such a great mother to me that it's next to impossible for me to find a significant other. So it's like this, oh man, grew up having a great mother, grow old having a hard time finding a significant other. Which do you want, right? Which is better? I'm doing good, man. Just hanging out at home today, doing stuff around the house. That sounds amazing, Harley. Doing stuff around the house is always necessary as well. Getting some stuff done. How's your kids doing? How's the pets? How's your husband? How are you all feeling? She spoiled you and ruined you, Lamal. Yeah, I don't think she spoiled me. Not necessarily spoiled. But she definitely was the type of mother, that cooks. I always, had like home cooked meals. She still bakes, like to this day. Like I had to package a bunch of her rusks today, so she bakes. So there's always, excessive, like literally, there's too much to consume baked goods in the house. Hence why I used to be a fat kid. And it's definitely one of those things where I don't want to say I'm spoiled. Harley, no, you put me in a position here. But yes, technically yes, I have been spoiled by my mom. Absolutely. I don't think we necessarily grew up being uber wealthy. Quite the contrary. We never really had TV. We had internet, fortunately, but never really had TV. Never, got whatever we wanted to. Uh, Lived only in a few houses growing up. Man, I don't know how to quantify, because we all, like, this is the thing as well. We live in different countries, right? And our parents all earned different salaries. But your parents might earn, less salary or more salary than my parents in a different country, but still have lower quality of life because of the different regions that we live in, right? And that's just how it be as well. And it's like it's this really confusing thing of trying to gauge how you were, like, brought up, what kind of privileges you had, if you will. And I feel the best way to gauge how, like, if you want to gauge whether parents are wealthy or not, I believe clear indications. If your parents can buy you a car and pay for your college tuition, then you grew up wealthy. At least that's what I believe. Because I wasn't able to do that. I wanted to go and study as well. Chemical engineering. But my dad didn't have the capital, unfortunately, to fund my studying. So he was like, you can go and study, but you're going to have to take a loan out on your name. And I was like, nah, I think I'd rather go work, because I'd still be studying right now. I'd be in my third year of chemical engineering, working myself into extreme debt, and then spending the next 6 years of my life trying to work myself out of that debt before I'll have any financial freedom. So I'll have to, like, be in my 30s before I'm capable of doing what I'm doing right now. So yeah, we have to make choices. We do have to make choices. But I think, like, this is the interesting thing as well. Like, my siblings are probably going to be able to have my dad pay for their college tuition. I just, specifically me, wasn't able to, because we were going through pretty hard times when I just finished high school. Things are getting a little bit better now. Fortunately, my dad has work again. He was unemployed for like 6 years during that time. Like, from my age 16 to like 20, he was completely unemployed. But for 2 years of that, he was also unemployed, but still earning money every now and then. But yeah, it was rough, but it was supposed to happen that way, so that things can happen in the way that they did, so that I can be exactly where I am right now, here with you, friends. Spoiled sweet outfit. Are you a guru or something? Nah. Maybe, or something. I'm just a human person, my friend. Just like you. I have hair. I'm pretty sure all of us have hair somewhere on our bodies. I have limbs. I have these little arms attached to my arms. I have ears. I have nose. I have a mouth. I have 2 pairs of eyes. No, I have a pair of eyes. I have 2 eyes. Yeah. We're just human beings, my friend. Are you transgender? No, I'm not transgender, my friend. I am a straight male. Hello, everyone. I am proud to be here. My mom made dinner every day for our family, and my parents have been together for 32 years. You see, like, I know. I really do know, my friends. I'm like all the way against gender roles, right? Because we don't want to have these gender roles. Like, I love cooking as well, by the way. Like, just as a quick disclaimer, I absolutely love cooking, and I look forward to the day when I can cook meals for my wife and for my kids. But, even though that's been said, I would still adore a wife that could cook for me and my children as well. And it's not an expectation, it's just a hope, if you will. It's just a hope. I loved you in Game of Thrones. Oh, thank you, my friend. Was my starring role. The one that blew me up. She's just that good of a mom. Not a bad thing, man. You're a great person. She did an excellent job. Oh, thank you, Harley. I'll be sure to tell her as well. She'll appreciate it. Yeah, the Jon Snow jokes already. It do be like that, Ryan. Can't be escaped. Every time I see a stream and help myself. Can't help myself. You couldn't study at college because you know nothing, Jon Snow. Yeah, yeah, that's why. Absolutely. Every time I see a stream, the Melt remembers. I tried to at least. I love you, Melt family. My parents kicked me out at 18. I made it on my own. I have a home before age 30. That's impressive, dude. My parents didn't have to kick me out because I just had a falling out with them when I was just finished of high school. Like literally, I was in my high school, like my end of matric vacation, and I had a girl come over, and we slept together, and my parents found out, and they were like super uptight about it. You know, premarital intercourse is a sin, and as long as you live under my roof, you won't be sinning. This, that, and the other. So I was like, away. Guess I'm not living with you anymore. So I just moved out directly after high school as well, and I learned a lot. Because it was almost like because of a fight that I moved out, I had a lot of pride attached to, you know, my independence as well. So I didn't ask for any money. Went and got my own apartment, got my own job, paid for everything myself, starved. That year, man, I lost so much weight. I lost 20 kilograms in 2018 throughout that year. Yeah. It was a good year nonetheless. It was one of my best years. Even though it was technically the hungriest year I've been through, it was one of my best years as well. 6 years, lol. I'm in a 2-year program. I'll be paying off for like 20. America sucks. It's pretty ass, my friend. Yeah, it makes me very angry. But yeah, I don't get angry anymore, so I'm just calming down. Xavier, bro. Unfortunately, yes, it is here in South Africa, especially, my friend. Caucasian or Europeans make up about 5% of the entire South African population. So, yeah, it is hard. If I went to college, I wouldn't have this house I'm in now. I'm proud of myself and very honored to be a part of this Meltmore family. And I'm happy to have you a part of this family as well, Ryan. Like, it gives me so much hope and so much, like, just hope. Hope is the right word. Just to look into the future and to know that these things are possible. If you can do it, so can all of we. He doesn't need a job. He's the king of the north. Yes. 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 What does the king get paid in? Does he just kind of, you know, loot other kingdoms and take their gold? And does he take like a portion of that? Or does he just kind of, you know, get free stay, good food, protection, and then he has to make decisions, and then the wealth of the kingdom is his wealth. Like, that's at least how I think I would go about kingly duties. If I was an actual king, like, imagine yourself in the role of an actual king. Would you be the type of king to just, you know, stockpile gold in your treasure room, or would you try and push that gold back into your kingdom so that literally the wealth of your kingdom becomes your wealth? Because, like, man, I don't see the point of stockpiling gold coins. If you could, as a king, literally change the lives of your subservients, I guess is the word, why wouldn't you? Maybe it's just the scarcity mindset, you know. Oh no, what if I don't have a ton of gold? Oh, I need 1.1 ton of gold. Then I'll be safe. And then you get 1.1 ton of gold. Maybe like 1.2 tons of gold and I'll be safe. And gold is expensive, my friend. A ton of gold is a lot of money. A lot of money. Not anymore. He's just a man of the Night's Watch. Yeah. Yeah. A dead one at that as well. Didn't he die again? I need this guy's... Oh, my friend. Little do you know. We are all human beings. I love to cook for my wife. We take turns cooking for each other. You see, that's perfectly the way it's supposed to be, at least in my opinion. Being able to like cook for one another, serving one another. This is something I actually had a chat about with Katie, where she had this conversation with me about being in a fight with someone. I'm not going to divulge too much information, and not being out of a relationship, since she was like 16 or something. And that was something I was going into as well, where we kind of get into a relationship in our teenage years. And like I was in a 2.5 year relationship in high school as well. And it was something I became very attached to. And I outsourced, I think would be the right word, a lot of my love to her. Like I wasn't capable of loving myself the way I was supposed to. I wasn't capable of recognizing that I was in that relationship from a place of need. And I also didn't recognize that I was technically, betraying my own soul by doing what I was doing. Because at the end of the day, again, we are individual human beings. And being in a relationship because of your sexual desires and for your need of intimacy is a surefire way to fuck with both of your lives. And excuse my profanity, but it really is. Because not only are you disrupting someone else's life by being in a relationship with them, knowing full well you're not going to stay in that relationship with them. Like if you see yourself in a relationship and you're like, yeah, like this is comfortable, and I get to, have sex every now and then, and I get to have someone in my space when I need them, but I'm not sure you're actually the one I want to spend the rest of my life with, then stop. Right there, just make a decision and stop. Because if you're not willing to spend the rest of your life with your significant other, the person that you choose to spend the rest of your life with, I feel, man, and I'm talking to myself here as well. Like I haven't been in a relationship in like a proper intimate relationship in 2 years, going on 3 years now, and I feel I've allowed myself a lot of leeway to understand that I'm not supposed to be giving the largest part of myself away if I don't want to do that forever, right? If I'm gonna give a woman my heart, I don't want to give her only pieces of it, or only a small piece of it, and then have it attached to a little string, so that as soon as she says something that I'm not happy with, or as soon as she does something that I don't approve of, I can rip that piece of heart back. No, that's not what I want to be completely vulnerable, lay my heart down, give it completely, and be in a relationship from there. And it's difficult. I know it's difficult. It might just be the most difficult thing that we can do in this life. Man, I'm getting emotional. Your wife was killed by the ice people. That's horrible, my friend. Oh, I hope not. Working together as a team in a relationship and communication is key. Absolutely. That is the truth. Hey, Toasty. Thank you for joining us, my friend. Good morning to you as well. Thank you for the helpful, my friend Aid Man. I appreciate you. My parents always told me to use protection and never did tell me making love was bad. I appreciate them for that because I use protection and I have no kids. Yeah, like what I believe. So the reason my parents are as uptight about it as they are is because they're more traditional Christians. The way I think about it is like love at the end of the day, and the way we give each other to one another is still love. So I do believe there is some what's the word I'm looking for? Some weight that the Bible carries with its teachings of, don't be promiscuous, or don't no adulterating. What I think of adulterating is you being, completely open to the prospect of sleeping with anyone at any time. So going to a bar, looking for someone to sleep with, sleeping with that person, waking up the next morning, going to the bar again that night, to go and find someone else again to sleep with again. Like, of course, I'm not judging that behavior. I just feel when you do that, you're giving pieces of yourself to that person. Maybe you can take it back if you will, and it's not necessarily this, like, those messages or those ideas of the pieces of paper being ripped and then pieces of paper get stuck to you. I'm not sure if I believe all of that, but I do believe technically you do spend time in your life communing in something that is sacred, something that is, literally the merging of two souls. So be discerning, I guess, would be the the answer. Not so much the no, like complete abstinence until you're married sort of thing. My little brother didn't listen to our parents and have 3 kids with twins just born in February. Dude, it's kind of hectic. Twins. Like, that's also something they tell you. If you're not ready to have twins, don't have a single child. Because you never know. You never know. Being a kid would be so hard. Yeah, being a king would be really hard. You're right, Ryan. Give the gold back to the people. It earns you a following. You see, I wouldn't directly just give the gold back to the people as gold. I would rather, drop the prices of their produce, or I would drop the prices of travel, or I would drop the prices of, like, their healthcare systems. I would basically just try and improve quality of life. Because, and this pains me to say, but as a king, you also, and especially like in the times when a king was a king, like, I don't think being a king would be something that is applicable or realistic in today's day and age. Because the reason a king worked in the way that it did is because it was basically, or he was, I should say rather, the most informed person in the kingdom. He had literal advisors that got paid to help him and teach him and to give him advice on these type of things. In today's day and age, the average layman, I'm not sure if I'm too comfortable with saying that. The average intellectual, let's say that at least, someone that has basic understanding of economy, basic understanding of like human nature, basic understanding of markets as well. Like, these things, even though are a little bit more simplified in today's day and age with our access to the internet, wasn't even close to simplified in those days. So as a king in those days, you had so much information that you could make more educated decisions than the average person. And the reason I'm like talking about being a king specifically in those circumstances, the reason I wouldn't give the coins back to the people just nilly-willy is because I know what people would spend the coin on. They would yeah, you know what people would spend the coin on as well, is the thing. And you could do a lot more good providing things for people that is going to improve quality of life, like healthcare, like, improve transportation, maybe entertainment for the people as well, clean water, cheaper produce, stuff like that, like subsidizing subsidiaries. That word, yes, subsidizing the farmers so that they produce more food, more readily available, cheaper. Like, that is how you improve quality of life at the end of the day. By giving people the coin, there's just going to be people with coin. Like, if you don't provide all of the extras for them, provide for them the space within which, food becomes cheaper, water becomes more accessible, transportation is more accessible, healthcare, entertainment is more accessible, there's just going to be like a whole raising of the market price of everything if everyone has an influx of coin. If the king is just giving everyone gold coins, instead of asking 1 gold coin for your produce, now you're going to ask 2 gold coins because everybody has more than 1 gold coin because the king has been giving everyone coins. You see, maybe I'm overthinking this way too much. Probably. The more gold you have, I feel the bigger target it would put on you. Absolutely. Absolutely. It will literally be like a big ass target that weighs you down as well. Bro, monarchy. Yeah. Let's not even get into it. Let's not even get to it. That's my baby. Dude, your username. I just read it out loud. Yeah, I've been trying to not read it actually. Ryan. Hello everyone. Hey Lazy B, how's everyone been? It's been well, my friend. How have you been, Lazy B? It's been a while. I feel what you're saying, man. It's so much better to be in a meaningful relationship. Exactly. I'm done with the unmeaningful relationships. I guess I don't want any of it anymore. My favorite part of having a wife is the fact that I can kiss her anytime I want and get cuddles and hugs whenever I want. I wish that for all here. Oh, thank you, Ryan. Like, I guess that's a good part of having a wife. To me, man, I wanted to say something, but I think I would have incriminated myself, so I'd rather not. Intimacy is so delicate. Goodness, it's fragile. I don't know, in my opinion. Humans are getting better at it, though. Intimacy is delicate, toasty. Like, intimacy is sustained as long as there's nothing said as well, I feel, in a lot of ways. Because, damn, dude, you know how we've ruined our intimacy with someone by opening our damn mouths. Thank you for the hugs, Lazy B. I appreciate you, my friend. Be a Mormon. I'm not gonna be a Mormon. Always had to be with a person for at least 6 months before actually sleeping together. Yeah, that's good. Because then you're forming enough of a base, you know. You have enough of understanding of each other's likes. You know where things are heading if you've spent 6 months together. Hey, Aunt B is here with us. She says good morning/evening, melt friends. Hey, Aunt B, thank you for joining us, my friend. I saw your ASMR Texas sunrise video this morning. Well, your morning. It was beautiful, Aunt B. I wasn't there live, unfortunately. I only saw it later on the Discord streams come true. It was gorgeous. Watching the sunrise in different places on the earth. How do flat earthers explain that? I'm curious. How do time zones vary to flat earthers? I always had to be. Oh, I've already read your comment. Hello, Aunt B. There we go. Uh, I'm beyond blessed. How are you? Oh, there we go. I'll spend my coin on wenches and cocaine. Yeah, you see, I knew it. Freaking like probably no cocoa, but they would probably be just ale or something. So wenches and ale is what all of the freaking kingdom's capital would go to, and I'd be just like, oh wait, now I've given you all of this gold. Where is it? And everybody is just like, hands behind the back, legs kind of crossed, drilling the toe into the floor. Oh, king. Maybe we've spent all of our coin on wenches and ale. Damn it. Damn it, subservience. Now I'm gonna have to do something. Shame. Same. I didn't sleep very well, but I changed my perspective and got excited when I was up early to start the day. You see, that's the best way to think of it, Aunt B. Sleep. Sleep. There's also something we think of as unconscious behavior, right? I don't think so. I think there happens so much when we sleep. I just think our brains don't try and keep all of that information because it would be too much to deal with if we could. If we could remember everything that happens in a dream or happens in our sleeping state, the processes our mind goes through, the things we feel, the things we think, I think we would have too much to process in our waking life to actually just have rested. Sleep is something that's weird. I hope you feel better though, Aunt B. I know. I do know the lack of sleep can be pretty hectic. Coffee helps temporarily. And I know you are a hardworking lady as well, Aunt B. Taking care of the kids and the animals on the farm. What do you have planned for the day, Aunt B? I've been good. Started a new job. I love the people I work with. Ooh, Lazy B, that's the best. Enjoying the company, of the people that you have to work with, I've not actually experienced. Not just yet. Well, yeah, not just yet. Because I haven't had any like personal company of anyone I've worked with that I've actually enjoyed. Because working in sales, I definitely did not enjoy the people I was working with. Like my boss at that time, he was pretty fine, but I wasn't necessarily co-working with him. He was just kind of giving me instructions, and then I had to go and complete said instructions. I was just basically a glorified runner. Man, I drove a lot. I drove, I think, 70,000 kilometers in the year 2018. How far is that in miles? So it's 1.6 miles for 1 kilometer. Can I quick maths this? So if it's 50,000, it would be... Okay, let's extrapolate back even further. 10,000 is 16, right? So it's 6 times 7 is 42. So... No, I'm supposed to go back. I'm supposed to reduce it. Okay. Fuck it. I don't want to. I'm bad at math right now, especially right now. Basically, like 50,000 miles I drove in a single year. Just, going and delivering TVs and projectors and going and buying freaking cable ties. Like when you sell a system, I was also on site to do like the installations of the systems I sold. Man, I drove a lot. And then I would go back home. Like I would get back home at 1 a.m. in the morning sometimes. And I'm devastated. Like I'm tired. And I know I can't eat anything because if I actually spend time cooking myself something and sit down and eat, I'll only get like 4 hours of sleep because I have to be up at 6 a.m. again and go back to work again. And I was just like, I'm hungry, but sleep or food. And then, yeah, I lost a lot of weight really quickly. Oh, I'm happy that you have a new job, my friend. Like, having people that you love working with is perfect. I'm so happy for you. Watching the sunrise put me in my place a bit. It really does, doesn't it? Man, watching a sunrise, like... And this is also something that kind of saddens me about the... What do we call it? About the cycle that we find ourselves in as human beings. We're in the cycle of, waking up, eating breakfast or whatever, getting ready for work, going to work, getting work done, going back home, and then having, for the first time in the day, just some like time for yourself. Then we just want to, do nothing because we're tired. We want to relax. We want to watch something. We want to, enjoy something just for a few seconds, for our hour or two that we have to ourselves, because tomorrow we have to do all of it over again. And because of this, we rarely really witness and appreciate a sunrise or a sunset, because in our morning hours, instead of watching the sunrise, we're like getting ready so that we can get to school, get to our work, whatever. And the evenings, where that's our time when we've come back home and we have some time to ourselves. And there's been studies done. The sunrise and the sunset is actually good for you. It has mostly red light, and red light is really good for our skin. It's really good for our eyes. Just, all around good stuff. And we as human beings are no longer getting as much of that, early morning and late evening red light anymore. So I'm happy that it put you in your place as well. Can I ask you a very specific and interesting question, Aunt B? How did your eyes feel? Because there's definitely something in the mornings that happens to my eyes. Looking at that, very early, crisp light. I'm not sure if I'm just tripping about it, but that's how I feel about it. Also, my wife allows me to be myself and melt the day away. She was there and stayed around, even when I was in my drinking dark days. I'm happy that she's been there with you this whole time. Does she smoke as well, Ryan? I'm guessing she doesn't, based on the message you just said. There's a person who's meh but the managers are awesome. I work in retail too. That's good, my friend. Like, if it's just a person, like one of your colleagues that's meh, and your managers are the good ones, that's great. My dog is like looking at me very strangely, and he has like grass on his nose tip. I would change the camera angle and show you, but I know it's perfectly lined up right now, and my OCD is more powerful. Hey friends, hey, it's Jovan. Thank you for joining us, my friend. How have you been feeling? How have you been feeling? Hoping to get wire put on the fence posts around the house and cooking dinner early so Uncle can take food to work. You see, I was just talking about this a little bit earlier, Aunt B. I mentioned having a wonderful mother and how having that wonderful mother kind of spoiled me as to what I am looking for in my significant other. And yeah, you're one of your kids, buddy, is also gonna be as spoiled as I am as an adult man trying to look for his significant other because of the wonderful mothers that we've had. Really shocked that the people are awesome. Don't be shocked, my friend. Be happy about it. Okay. Burger, burger, burger. Quote of the day, Stian. Ah, thank you. I'm happy that you remembered it so well. The Urga burger burger the bar the baba the. What the toasty? Mm. Ryan on B, lazy B. There we go. Some hugs. Sending some hugs to you as well, Javon. There we go, friends. Thank you for all of the love being shared in the comments. Community. Community. I don't know his name. He also does Dance Dance Revolution like dances. He is practicing roller skating at the moment. I'm not sure if he's still busy, but he was busy when I was going live as well. And his question on his stream was something like, "What is a community?" Yeah, I think that was what it was. And yeah, like it's not that easy of a question to answer, but I feel this is what community is supposed to be. I feel this is definitely a modern twist on a community. Maybe not that modern. The internet has been around for a while. Like it's been around for a while. So people coming together in this way has been a thing for a while, but I'm not sure so much if it has been happening around streams. Maybe that's something Reddit is doing, breaking molds, changing things. Yeah, my wife doesn't smoke, but doesn't care if I smoke because she says I'm the only one she's been with that smoking doesn't change them. So it's interesting that you say that to me, actually, Ryan. It's something that kind of reminds me of something that I went through as well while I was working that sales job. And part of the reason that I moved to Pretoria or moved out of my parents' home was because I was moving closer to be with my girlfriend. And I was so close to her, like literally walking distance from her university, which was fantastic. And I remember very distinctively one day also sitting outside. She also didn't smoke. And sitting outside, smoking a joint, and her just looking at me. And me asking her, like, what are you looking at? Like, playfully. And she's just like, nah, I just like watching you change when you smoke. And I stop in my tracks. I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean watch me change when I smoke? I'm not changing, am I? I'm exactly the same person. She's like, yeah, not really. I'm like, what? What do you mean? She's like, when you smoke, you tend to be more cuddly, you tend to be more active with your listening, you tend to be more engaged as well, is the word that she used. And I was like, wow. Because I still feel that when I smoke something, I don't change. I'm still Meltmore. I'm still Estian at my core. That is who I am. And then when I take this, tetrahydrocannabinol substance into my body and brain, it just gives me more information to work with in this experience that I have right now. So, yeah, it's been like ever since that exact moment when she said those things to me, I've had a real, like, I think lens of perspective that I kind of try and look at myself in, to try and imagine myself if I'm changing, or try and imagine to myself to see if I'm changing, if that makes any sense whatsoever. That's why you'll hear me, friends, asking is something different. Do you notice any differences? Okay. I have a personal question for anyone who may be able to answer. My mom is married to someone whom I don't like. He's a narcissist and isn't a good person. I finally got her to see his bad behavior. She goes back and forth on wanting to stay and leaving him. I always agree with her on leaving. Should I not be doing this? I always push yes. Push yes. You should leave. Should I not? Or would it be best to continue pushing? Ever since she saw what I've been seeing for years, she's taken care of herself and seems finally happy. Oh, that's a difficult one, Lazy B. That's a real difficult one. Because there is, a plethora of circumstances that you've put yourself into. One, you've put yourself, your own conscious field of energy, right? If you want to imagine, an infinite flat field of, or infinite ocean, I think is better, infinite flat ocean. And every time you experience things, do things in your life, you drop these little pebbles, right? And these pebbles make waves, and those waves you experience in your life. So what you're doing right now is basically dropping pebbles in your own field of consciousness. But you're not only dropping fields of consciousness in yourself, telling yourself, oh, this guy's a narcissist. Oh, this guy is a massive douche. Oh, this guy is, full of himself. Oh, this guy's not a good person. And you're feeling these things and you're experiencing these things. Now, you're also going to your mom and also dropping these things in her field of consciousness. Yes, maybe she was unaware of it and she needed to be enlightened to it as well. And it's definitely a necessary process to understanding where she needs to go and where she is at this moment in time. But that is also already what you've done, right? You've already walked the mile in getting her to recognize what she needed to recognize herself. Pushing her now further is you dropping, pebbles in her field of consciousness. And this is not even something I've gotten to yet, because inadvertently you're dropping pebbles in, this guy's field of consciousness as well. You're affecting his life as well. So, yeah, dude, the biggest thing, or friend, let me call you friend. That's the most gender neutral term I have. My friend, the thing is, whether or not your mom makes this decision, you don't want to be the one that forced her into it. Because if you forced her into making a decision like this by constantly pushing her and getting her to a point where she feels so frustrated with your advances to get her to leave this guy and your persistence on it, that she does it eventually and then ends up resenting you because you forced her to do something that she doesn't necessarily have the full what's the word I'm looking for? The full momentum to do herself. So I think it's important to let her come to that decision by herself, that she can make it by herself, so that she can be the one that's responsible for her own decision. No judgment here, because we are all truly appreciate you and love you. Absolutely no judgment whatsoever. That's just the way I feel about it, personally. I think you're coming from a place of love and you truly care for your mother. I'm currently going through the same thing with my wife's family. It's hard. They wanted her to leave me because of my drinking addiction, so my wife didn't listen and her family hated me for years. So 3 years now have passed. I hope that they're better. I'm sober, but they still don't like me at all. Won't even try and see my progress and growth. I think you should be doing exactly what you're doing, because you're making your mother aware of the options and feels in each choice, either the staying or going. Try and tell her all options and tell her how it truly makes you feel and what you think. But in the end, she has to make the choice. That's a help. Yeah. There we go. Lisa, hey, my friend. Thank you for joining us. So, should I be firm on my stance, but not push my ideas? I think be truthful, my friend. Be truthful about what you feel about it. If your mom asks you a question that requires you to be truthful about what you believe about the situation, then be truthful. If your mom prompts you to make the decision for her, then tell her, Mom, this decision needs to be in your hands. You're going to be the one that makes this decision. You're going to be the one who's going to be the most affected by it. Like, this is a decision you're making for your own life and for the betterment of your own life, for the enjoyment of your own life, for the protection of your own life as well. We, as personal beings, and this is why, with the things that I talk about, I try and be very clear that none of the things I talk about, I'm telling you, is the way. Like, this is how you should do it. Do it this way. Everything's going to be waxed. Because it's not. I don't know if everything is going to be okay. I don't know if what I'm doing is the correct way of doing things. I'm learning. I'm a kid. I'm so young. I don't know jack shit about what I'm supposed to be doing in this world, but I'm trying. And I'm trying to learn. And I just hope to learn with you friends. But at the end of the day, we all have, our own individual experience of the eye, of this life, of how we interpret things, how we experience things, how things turn out, the circumstances that arise. It's very, 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 very difficult to just tell someone what they're supposed to do, and it fixes their entire lives. It's rarely how it works, unfortunately. Yes, I agree. You shouldn't be. There we go. My parents weren't a fan of my first love, and oh boy was I in love. I felt gaslighted into breaking up with them, and it led me to a really dark place. I think there are a ton of variables to take into consideration if she's safe and happy. But if you see harm, express your concern. Yeah, if harm is a thing, then there's no more like, oh, maybe like if she's in a position where she's getting hurt and she's scared of getting out of that position because she might get hurt even more, then call the police and make sure she gets out of there. But if it's not a harmful thing, if it's more, verbal abuse / neglect sort of environment, then I definitely do think that it has to be a personal choice. And I'm sorry to hear that as well, Jovan. I didn't, miss what you said. I've fortunately never been in that. Well, that's not really true. My second girlfriend, my mother absolutely despised. But they didn't force me, to get out of a relationship with her. Interestingly enough, my parents have given me a lot of personal choice. Arguably, all of the personal choice. Arguably, maybe they were bad parents, and like my parents are probably seen as bad parents by some people's estimation of what a parent is supposed to do. I think my parents were the best parents for my personality type, because they did at one point, especially during my prepubescent teen years, 12, 13, 14, they tried to control me, and it just turned me into a demon. So they were like, you know what? We're just gonna kind of give you a lot of rope, dude. More than enough rope to, But, and I did try, I still kind of, I guess, hit the ground at the end of the day. With the own decisions I've made, with my parents giving me this free range in this experience of life to find my own way, to experience life in my own way, to learn what I'm supposed to learn from this life instead of trying to superimpose their lessons onto my life. I think they were good parents. I love them for that. And I appreciate you, friend, sharing with me your stories as well, because it puts into perspective a lot of things as well. And I appreciate you, friends, for helping me with that. Yes, Mel said it so perfectly. No, we are here for you, Aunt B. It's not Aunt B, my friend. It is Lazy B. It is Lazy B. I'm so happy to see how we all love each other each day. Love each other and support an always open space for communication. We're always all learning together. Thank you for bringing this special group of people together. Estian. No, Lisa. Thank you, my friend, for being part of this group. I really did not do anything. I did not do anything. We did a lot because this is a co-created experience. I can't take credit for it, and I wouldn't want to. I'm just so blessed to be in this loving community with all of you friends. Yes, it does mediocre. I'm trying not to push it right now, but she's not happy with them. She's only been happy lately because she has stopped trying in the relationship because he doesn't try. She has said she feels like a stump, so I'll try to stop pushing, but let her do it at her own pace. That sounds perfect. Also, thanks everyone for the help with this. Thank you, Lazy B. This is the best way that we kind of get to a good conclusion, by putting things out into the room, having different perspectives, put into it, having different opinions, and then kind of, as you listen to, and this is also something that we can become aware of. As we listen to opinions, some things resonate with us and some things don't resonate with us. And instead of it being the opinion that persuades you, let your own soul guide you through the teachings of other people. And another thing, so the fact that you said she feels like a stump in the relationship, then it definitely is the neglect side of the relationship. And that's also not okay. But I'm happy that it's that instead of, spousal abuse. That's exactly what I would do if she's not happy. Talk about that. Maybe she's afraid of being alone when he's gone, and maybe she stays with that. You see? Little burps. They have... I can see the little dude that is making that sound. But he sounds like a little baby. What did I want to say? Oh. The staying in a relationship because of being scared of being out of the relationship. The thing is as well, the older we get, the more we convince ourselves that if we aren't in a relationship, or if we don't stay in this relationship, we're going to end up alone. And that is devastating as well, because it's like literally this trap that you kind of catch yourself in. And it's a difficult one to get out of. She has said she is scared to be alone. There we go. She is a codependent person, but on that, I've been pushing her to do things on her own and break the codependent behavior. That's what has made her immensely happier. I'm very sure it will. Like, especially if you've gone through so much codependent behavior where you literally don't know who you are without the other person, or what your life has been without the other person. And it happens. It can happen very, very quickly, where you've done so many things for so long together that you no longer understand that there is an experience where you get to, do things for yourself, by yourself. And yeah, as you said, it's that codependence. No, sorry, Ismail. It was just a perspective from the receiving end of the situation, but it's my own personal experience. Lazy B, I would just suggest supporting her in whatever she needs you for. Yeah, in her unique experience. I agree completely. Perfectly put, Jovan. And thank you. Thank you is what I want to say as well, Jovan. Like, that's no sorries, just thank yous. I appreciate you, my friend. Can she possibly move into your house for the time to break up so she's not alone? Or you live there for a while till she's okay? Maybe. You made the first commitment, my friend, to be here each day and invited us to share life together. I disagree, you definitely started this, but we all grew it together. There we go. Perfectly put, Lisa. Thank you, my friend. I love you. I'm sending you love and light. Okay, I'll start just letting her do it in her own pace and be there, Jovan. I live at home, mediocre. Okay, that's perfect. That's perfect. So, but then again, are you in the circumstance where, like, you're co-leasing the apartment or the house? Like, are they attached to each other in that way? Because that can make things very difficult as well. Because if you're in a relationship and you're like co-leasing a house together, then getting a divorce, whole other nightmare. Like, as if I would know. I'm a 22-year-old. I don't live in America. I don't think. I think we can get loans, but I'm not sure if we can get co-leased. Probably. I don't know. I don't know anything actually. I don't know jack about marriages and co-leasings and only freaking buying houses. Goodness. But yeah, we're sending you love and light, my friend. Good luck. Good luck. And thank you for reaching out with it as well. I was just thinking this. Hi, Lisa. Okay, good to see then. And if she breaks up with him, then do things to help her keep her mind off being alone. Yeah, go do things with her as well. If she is codependent by nature, maybe like feed into it for a bit at like the start, and then wean her off from that codependence. Like do hobbies together, yes, and go do things. I am sending you so much love. That's perfect. That's what I meant as well, Ryan. I can do that, mediocre. She's wanted to go back to doing some hobbies she loved. So if she does leave, I'll push her to those things and also be there. Simply put, leasing isn't an issue with our situation. Perfect. I'm very happy to hear that, my friend. Like, you just don't want to be in a circumstance where you can't just leave. And, like, I'm not completely sure. I remember you saying your mom is in a relationship, but I'm not sure if she's married. Like, is she actually married to him, or just as like a boy? Is her boyfriend at the moment or something? Perfect. That's exactly what you do, being the safety net for your mother, and we, the Melt family, can be here, your safety net as well. Yes, we will be here for you, my friend. Like, if you need anyone to talk to, reach out to anyone here in the comments. I can 100% guarantee you they will reply and be there for you as well. Definitely much more complicated if you are attached financially or in a business. Thank goodness she has your love and support, Lazy B. Yeah, she's very fortunate to have you as well, my friend. She is married. Okay. So that also, adds an extra layer of paperwork, having to get people to sign things. Wish you again so much luck, my friend. Also, thank you everyone for your help with this. Thank you again, my friend, for allowing us to help you. Bro, you look like Chris Pratt's brother, the not famous one. Oh, thank you, Big Jiggle, for flattering me with your compliments. Yeah, I guess Chris Pratt. I haven't gotten that one in a long time. I didn't actually know Chris Pratt had a brother. I guess that's where the not famous part comes from. Dude, where's my car? I haven't watched that movie in forever, Funny Elk. The first time I watched that movie, I was way too young to watch that movie. I think I was like 7 or something. I didn't understand too much of it. But now I do. And it's scars. Oh, the scars of my childhood self. Hey, I'm Tramp. Thank you for being here with us, my friend. Hey, Ido as well. How are you feeling, my friend? I see you asking me. I'm doing well. I'm doing so well. How are you feeling? So welcoming and the best family I could have. There we go. We love you, Lazy B. We love you, my friend. Thank you for being here with us. That little chirp chirp making me smile. It is a chirp chirp. They're not sitting where they were sitting anymore. But there is one sitting there now. Little chatty burps. Hey everyone. Hey Abby. Thank you for joining us, my friend. Did y'all ever watch Soul? I did, actually. Very recently as well, Abby. I watched Soul, I think 2 days ago. I'm surprised I haven't said anything on stream even. I think the reason I haven't said anything on stream is because there's parts I don't agree with. Like, I don't agree with the personalities thing, which was almost like one of the bases of the movie, you know. Getting the... I shouldn't spoil anything. I think getting the last patch isn't spoiling at all, but you know what I'm talking about if you've seen the movie. Yeah, I also want to ask questions now, but I also don't want to spoil the movie to anyone who hasn't watched it. Bro, the birds make it sound so peaceful there. Oh, it is. It is. It's extremely peaceful. Like, I'm the thing making the most noise right now. For a few kilometers, actually. There's just so much. Oh, it's beautiful. I'm good, thanks. I like the sound of the burps chirping in the background. Isn't it wonderful, my friend? Little backtracks. But the rate it goes, I'll have to impose artificial bird noises over the streams to keep things consistent when it's winter completely, and all the birds go away. I'm curious why these birds are staying. Maybe they stay here when it's winter, so maybe we'll have chatty birds even during winter. I was actually legitimately thinking about that. You friends saying you enjoy the bird chatter, and then a lot of birds going away during the winter. And I was like, man. We are all Africa, my friend. Yeah. But still, like, I feel maybe you're too attached to that one saying. I think if you want to be attached to a saying, it's just saying we are all one is better than saying we are all Africa, because we're so much more than just Africa, my friend. Africa is a small part of this little mud bowl that we're on. we're literally everything in this entire universe, my friend. We are all one. Is everything free to leave? Is everyone free to leave that island? Nani. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, dude? Is everyone free to leave that island? Did I say something about islands? I can't remember. What is in that cup? H2. It's in the cup, my friend. I'm a hydro homie, as they call us. What did you think about the two guys kissing and the dude, where's my car, when you watched it as a kid? I can't actually remember that scene, my friend. But clearly not enough to remember it. So, yeah. Like, man, this is something that's difficult for me as well. I'm not even sure if I should say this. I'll probably get cancelled in the year 2030 or something. But I have absolutely no problem. I have a bunch of gay friends. I know what? I'm gonna shut the fuck up. I'm not getting cancelled. No, I see my future. And I see there's this, like, freaking Verge, what do you call them? Verge blogger or whatever. That's, like, scrolling through each and every single one of the Meltmore videos, trying to get an article to cancel me. And she sees exactly what I wanted to say, and she's like, ha ha ha, I'm gonna take this 4-second snippet out of, thousands of hours of footage, and then I'm gonna cancel this motherfucker. Like, so no, I'm not gonna say anything. I haven't seen it yet, but I tried to catch it this weekend. Do check it out, my friend. I think you'd enjoy it nonetheless. I don't agree with all of it, but I agree with the fundamental lesson of it. What are some pets that only South Africans have? We have people that have rhinos and, like, giraffes and crocodiles and hippos and lions and stuff as pets. But I'm not sure if it's a South African exclusive thing. Soul was so artsy. I could really relate to just getting in that zone. Yeah. I haven't been able to sustain this zone for that long, unfortunately. And it's something I'm very critical of within myself, because I feel like the longest I've been able to sustain the zone was like 2 minutes. Like, actually. And it was profound. But it is difficult for me. There's a burp watching me. This is so curious. I see you watching, dude. So curious. I wonder what his little neurons is telling him right now. He must be confused about what I'm doing as well. Like, think about it from a being perspective that has to constantly, keep moving, staying in the trees, eating, watching another being significantly larger than itself just sitting and making noises. Right? It doesn't understand the concept of technology and stuff like that. It has no idea of understanding that I'm talking to people on the other side of this. So it's just, this creature is just sitting in the middle of the field making noises. Why? Do you have hummingbirds in SA? Yes, we do actually, Abby. We do have hummingbirds. We are all Africa also includes we are all one. No. Africa isn't one thing, my friend. Africa is a continent. One is like the same as the eye. We are all eye, right? Like, it's like that is what encompasses the Africa, not the other way around. Have you ever done it out there in the open? I feel like you have. What are you talking about, Big Jiggle? What are you talking about, my friend? Du bist Deutschland? Niet. Die is Zuid-Afrika, my friend. You look like a pro wrestler. I used to wrestle at one point in my life, but not the type of wrestling you see in WWE. The lanyard. Is it called a lanyard? I think it may be. And the head ear protectors, slamming people on the on the floor. It's pretty hardcore. Man, there's this one move where you headlock someone and then you extend your leg and then you twist your entire body. And as you twist your entire body, you let your own feet slip out as you move into their momentum. Oh goodness, you're basically, okay, from the headlock position, you have them here. Then you extend your right leg out and then you roll this way. And then as you roll that way, you basically fall directly on top of their chest. It hurts. It hurts a lot. That was like my signature move. That's the move I totaled dudes with. Say what you were going to say about gay people. I wanted to say, my friend, that I have no problem with any gay people. I just don't particularly enjoy watching affectionate behavior. And I think that's completely fine. I think if I'm a straight male, that's the way it's supposed to be. Right? Please, future journalist. I love all people. Don't cancel me, friends. Don't cancel me. I'll say it. I love all people of all sexualities. I embrace them and celebrate them, and would fight for their freedom. Absolutely, I agree with all of that. That being said, it bugs me when people make their sexuality their entire identity. We are so much more. Yes, Toasty. Yes, dude. Perfectly put. I agree completely as well. Like when you completely, as you said, identify. Like, I'm no longer, the I. I am a gay man, and I have had this sass since I was 12 years old, and this is the sass I have and the sass I am, and if you don't want to take the sass and that, like, then you're like feeding such a big part of your ego into this sexual identity instead of becoming aware that you're so much more, as you said. Toasty with the typical. Nah, I actually agree exactly with what Toasty said. And I've said what I feel about it as well now. So it is controversial. It is definitely controversial. But, I mean, we all get to have our own preferences. And if it wasn't that way, then this life would be absolutely hard. Hello from Dublin. First timer here. That's the first time we've had someone from Dublin, my friend. Ma'am, mammy, mama, ma. Hey, ma'am. Thank you for joining us, my friend. No, 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 no. Try reading it again, friend. Yeah. Try reading it again. Toasty, have some more self-awareness. I sure am trying. Perfectly put, Toasty. We are trying, dude. Oh, we're trying, dude. I think we're succeeding most of the time. Essay, whereabouts? Yes, South Africa, my friend. Mpumalanga area. Good job, Maltmore. You brought out homophobia out of people in your chat. I don't actually see any homophobia. Me and Toasty has had this chat with each other as well. Like, yeah, we've had this chat with each other as well. And we have gotten to the conclusions that we have. There's no homophobia, my friends. Like, I have multiple gay friends, is the thing as well. Adrian, technically he's asexual, but asexual that usually likes guys, right? And like he recently started completely identifying as asexual, because when we became friends he was completely homosexual. And like, this funny story attached to that as well. We were at a Psytrance festival, and I had this like work truck, the truck I was basically driving for most of my time working in Pretoria. And I had a big ass mattress at the back of it, bunch of blankets. Like, I was having a nice time sleeping at a Psytrance festival where other people had to sleep in a tent and stuff, you know. So like, the Psytrance festival like kind of comes to an end, and we were all chilling in the back of the the bucky, and we're like smoking joints, and like Adrian is laying with his back against the like side of the truck, and I'm like laying with my back at the bottom of the truck, like with my head up against like the side of his thigh. And he looks over to me like this, and he's like, Estian, weet jy ek is homoseksueel? And in that voice as well, he's like, do you know I'm homosexual? And I look up at him and I'm like, yeah. And it's like, okay. It was like the entire, like, we had like Adam there as well, and Marcel was there as well, another gay friend of mine. Well, he's no longer gay, which was also another weird story I have about the friends I have. This was, I think, the most confused I've ever been in my life after meeting someone for the first time in my life. So I walk into my friend's house. They had like a communal house, and they lived like, I think they can live like a max of 12 people. So I get there, and I see this guy has long blonde hair, blue eyes, good looking guy. And I like greet him, I tell him my name, we start to have a chat. And he like instantly opens up to me. Like, you know, whole shebang. He tells me about how him and his boyfriend has recently broken up, and how it's been devastating him, and how he's been trying to find himself, and how he doesn't understand really where he is right now. And I'm like, wow, that's interesting. Him and his boyfriend broke up. So I ask him, so how long were you in a relationship with him, and how long have you been openly gay? And he's like, I'm not gay. And I stop. And I'm like, wait a second, didn't we just have a conversation that you and your boyfriend broke up with each other? And he's like, I'm not gay. So then I'm going into the mindset like, oh, maybe he identifies like as, you know, non-binary or trans, identifying as a woman. So he wouldn't be gay technically, being in a relationship with a man. So I was like, trying to mediate. I was like trying to patch. She was like, trying to figure out what to say. And he was like, oh, I used to be gay. I'm no longer gay because I had a boyfriend, and I realized with having my boyfriend that I'm no longer gay, or that I'm not gay. And I was like, man, human beings are so much more. So much more than our sexual identities. I didn't get that at all from what Toasty said. Yeah, I didn't either, Abby. There keeps falling bugs in my water. Stop it, bugs. I mean, have you ever slayed out there in the open, like doing it while the birds chirping? Big Jiggle, my friend. No, I'm not a wild animal. Or am I? Neither do they. I think they're trolling. Yeah, I think so as well. Gotta be. I'm pretty sure. They also don't know what sexuality I am. So who's judging? Yeah, you don't know. You don't know. Huh? You don't know. I still don't know even. No, I do know. Look, straight people, straight explaining sexuality to gay people. Come on, Ido. Come on, my friend. Maybe we're all gay. Maybe you're the one straight one amongst us. Who said we're straight? Yeah, who said we're straight? User reference, look up Stewie and Lewis from Family Guy. Oh, mom, mommy, mom, ma, mama, mommy, mom, ma. What? Okay, I know where your name comes from, my friend. Well, I'm bi, so you have the tongue sticked out and the pointing of the fingers. Can't say anything now, Toasty. I think that everyone should do it freely with whoever, but the only thing that gets me mad is when I don't get invited. Big jiggle. I was working in a backpackers near Bayfries Bay. Okay, that sounds amazing, my friend. That was many moons ago. Okay, how many good things did you bring from it? What's wrong with Toasty saying you identify should be more than your sexual? What's wrong with Toasty saying your identity should be more than your sexuality? I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Honestly, I think that if we are actively seeking being attacked, we'll find it. Food for thought. Yeah, we find exactly what we look for at the end of the day. That's why I feel we are looking for the truth, right? We are looking for this understanding of our place in this universe and how to love ourselves enough in this universe so that we can love one another as well. Hello there, management. We know each other from Discord. You being friendly soul. Probably just being a friendly soul. Who you sleep with is not all of who someone is. Your interests, hobbies, and expressions make up your identity. Sexuality is a part that shouldn't be put as all of who you are. Yes, I agree. It's fine if he wants to apply that to himself. If other people want to lead with their sexuality, that's okay too. It's true, my friend. But it's not what life is about. I don't believe life is just about sex. And leading with your sexuality, I feel like you're imposing some of that like sexual energy onto the conversation or onto the circumstances or the environment of the conversation instead of just being yourself. Yo, fill that cup with shizerp. It's filled with water. Just straight water. I agree, and I think that's exactly what he was saying to my friend. Yeah, absolutely. See, that's a productive viewpoint. Civil discourse. Yes, look at us. Our distinguished peoples. Remember ASL? I do remember ASL. I wonder, like, I don't know if people knew, but the point is to either donate, like, I think $1,000 and not do the bucket challenge, or do the bucket challenge and donate like $100. And people were just like dumping themselves with ice water without donating the $100. That type of stuff homophobes say to pretend they're not homophobes while reinforcing their homophobia. I'm not sure exactly what you mean, my friend. No, that's not what he said. Read what he said. Ido, my friend. Why fight? Why fight? Why defend something as arbitrary as a sexuality? It's literally what you prefer, right? It's what you prefer. Someone not preferring the thing you prefer is a good thing. Technically, right? Because then there's less competition for you. Think about that. Like, it's a good thing, my friend. Think about it that way. Hey, Scarmelia, thank you for joining us. Who cares if Toasty is gay or straight or crooked? He's cool always. Yes, Toasty is cool. Like, Toasty, I don't think Toasty said anything wrong, actually. I'm Lewis and my 4-year-old. I'm Stewie. And my 4-year-old in Stewie. I'm not sure of what you mean exactly. Love you, friend. Your identity is more than the box you put yourself in. Yes, whether it's a painter, a parent, a friend, a dancer, gay, alcoholic, anything, you are you. Yes, at the end of the day, all we are is the I. The you are you that she means there is that You are the I. As each and every single one of us experiences this individual awareness that I am. That's what you are, my friend. Then you realize I am gay. But it starts with the I, right? It starts with this. The gay is something you attach to yourself. It's not you. It's what you've attached. My goal, uh, 1 from every commitment, 2 down, 5 to go. Okay, sounds like a goal and a half, Big Jiggle. Oh, no, I'm sorry, friendly. Not Discord. I mean, we have a Discord and I'm friendly. Join if you like, we know each other. But it's nice to see you. I'm Lisa. There we go. Some people lead with being a mom, others with being a dancer, others with being a hippie, others with being gay. It's fine. What does lead mean? Yeah, my friend, like, it's, at the end of the day, it's a bias you're bringing to the conversation. I think that's the thing we don't want. It's not the gay that's the problem. It's the bias on top of the conversation. If I want to have a conversation with you, I want to like have the conversation with you, not with I'm gonna have a conversation with a gay man or a gay woman, right? That's not what it's about. I want to have a conversation with you, the you that you are at your core. No need to lead. That's just my opinion. But you're divine in your own expression doesn't make me hate dancers. Exactly. Straight people lead with their sexuality all the time, but since it's a default, people don't even register it and don't see it as a threat. His sentiment is only applicable to non-straight people, really. If you feel that way, my friend. No. Have you ever taken rich tourist big game hunting for the last couple of lions on the plains? We have a lot of lions, my friend. Fortunately, and no. Be right back, gotta clean up my child and put her down for a nap. Thank you for being here, Scarmelia. I'll probably be gone when you're back, my friend. Letting go of the ego, there's so much more to experience in life. Yes, there is. So much more. We are wonderful, beautiful amalgamations of reality itself. Your sexuality is arithmetic to the theoretical physics that make up you. Yes. It's just like a small little part. Like identifying with where your genitals go is such a small part of your existence. Identifying with your body is such a small part of your existence. Identifying with your mind is such a small part of your existence. Identifying with how much money you make, with your job, small parts of existence. It's all of it, all of the vastness of creation is what we're supposed to experience. On the whole sexuality thing, as long as the person is gay or straight or others feel comfortable within, then the rest will follow. There will always be outside influences putting a negative spin on everything. Yeah, it's true. Jasmine, hey, she says, hello Meltmore and all those out there spending this time communicating. My day is beginning with a tree squirrel knocking on my window for peanuts. That sounds like an amazing way to start your day. I hope he gets some peanuts and that you send him off with a smile on his face. You brush those people aside and don't let them take up residence in your head. Don't give them the time of day. I feel, yeah, that's some good advice actually. I feel like you would run. Please, Big Jiggle. Stop. Look at all these spiritually oriented people with deeply seated homophobia. Hilarious and sad at the same time. My friend, it sounds like you're a spiritually phobia now. You see, we can flip it. We can constantly flip this back and forth. But why? There's no point to it. No point to it, my friend. If we extrapolate what happens here 10 billion years into the future and our entire universe has died to the heat death, are you gonna worry about it then? No. Be happy now, my friend. Sorry, I'm Lewis and my 4-year-old son is Stewie. Oh, okay. I understand. I thought for a second you named your son Stewie and I was concerned. Hello, how are you? I'm good, TK. I'm good, my friend. I'm trying to get to the bottom of the comments, but I'm struggling, dude. I'm struggling. Real talk. Defend your accusations. Yeah, like, but Toasty, I'm kind of over it, my friend. I realize what's happening right now. I realize it's an attachment. Yeah, guys, this guy will rule the world. Believe me. Tassino, can you see the future? Stop telling people. If you seek, you will find, friend. Maybe even if it's not there. Sorry you're experiencing such discourse. I'm sorry as well. If you do start, please don't make us wear those shirts. Please don't. Frick a big jiggle. Hurting me. I would also love to share DMs with you if you want, friend. Only love here, all love. Yeah, please do actually. Maybe it would help. Thank you for the wholesome Tassino. I appreciate you, my friend. Wiki the Great says, Meld more. I've been pulling all-nighters all this week to finish a final term paper. And so refreshing to see you, my friend. Wiki the Great, know, my friend, that I'm so proud of you. Like, technically, I was supposed to end the stream 5 minutes ago. And if I did, we would not have met here right now. And I wouldn't have been able to tell you how proud I am of you for writing that term paper. It's so refreshing to see you as well. Know that I love you, my friend. Know that I'm so happy that you're getting finished. You're getting finished, my friend. It's gonna be like, this is gonna be a blissful experience for you to be done with it. Time to go take care. Have a good day. Have a good day, my friend. Positive note. I love your shirt and the scarf together. Didn't notice it earlier, but it looks really good on you. Thank you, Lazy B. Why not drink out of the bottle? Because a cup is more comfortable. Harley, thank you for joining me, friend. Melt is so full of love. Sad someone is so blinded that they see anything less. Love you, Melt. And I love you, Harley. Thank you for being here with me, my friend. Okay, now I'm leaving. Okay, my friend. Cheers. See you then. Had to jump at it, respond on behalf of Meltmore when my question was addressed at him. My friend, like, I did answer the way I answered as well. I'm not sure if my answer was any more, pleasing to you. Because I still stand with what I said. It's not, like, again, I have gay friends. The problem isn't the gay. The problem is, and the same thing goes for you. Like, if I had a girlfriend, I'm not going to be, making out with my girlfriend in front of my gay friends. Because, there's a time and a place. And that's what I believe about it, at least. So I feel, do you have merchandise? No, my friend. Not just yet, if you will. You sound like the guy from Above and Beyond. I haven't seen Above and Beyond, but thank you. Okay, my friend. Nice job finishing up your term paper. Absolutely. I love you all. Love you, Ida. So yeah, we love you as well, my friend. Bye, Estienne. We will keep the sun busy. Enjoy your evening. Cheers to all. Wonderful day. Cheers to all of you friends. Oh, I'm like a little bit exhausted now. Ida, yes, dude. Why you have to like beat me with a stick, dude? Like, ugh. And then I'm like, trying to dig my way out. And you're like, poof. It bogs me again. Oh, I love you. I love you, my friend. Gay or not. Pink, purple, green, whatever color you are, whatever ideas you have, whatever feelings you have. The eye that experiences those things is the same eye that I experience, my friend. And that is exactly why I love you. And the love that I have for you can never be taken away. Goodbye, everyone. I'll see you again tomorrow.